Let's see what happens. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Algo Plus, episode 23. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Idris. So good to be back here. How are you this week?
I'm really well, thank you. It's a beautiful, sunny winter day in Australia.
Well, the sun is now starting to set here in Boston. I'm finally back home after over a week of holidaying in Europe. So lovely to be back, and great to be with you once again.
Same here. It's really good that you're back because last week Fred ended up being busy, so I had to do this all by myself, and I have to say it was lonely.
I bet. I wouldn't wish doing the Algo Plus show by myself on anyone. I really enjoy doing it with you. It's much more dynamic when we get to bounce back and forth between the two of us. So really glad to be back.
Absolutely. So let's dig into it. What's going on?
All right.
In the
well, let's see here. What is going on? Hey, I think importantly, we should probably talk about the Algorand Governance period number 4, which we have 2 different voting measures proposed by the Algorand Foundation. Now, these 2 measures will go to vote opening on Monday, the 5th of September. So we've got just over a week's amount, well, quite a bit more than a week and a half's amount of time for us to take a look at these, consider, and then be able to do the on-chain voting from the 5th of September. So let me just tell you a little bit about briefly about what these 2 measures are. So the first one broadly is designating 7 million algos from the Q4 governance period upcoming to reward DeFi governors. So basically what this is the measure would provide extra incentives to governors who are DeFi users. It's meant to grow DeFi participation on Algorand, thus promoting the algo and therefore benefiting all governors. And so your choices are either to allocate all 7 million to allocate up to 7 million algos from the rewards pool to these governors, or keep it as the status quo. All right, so the second one that we have is to allow DEX liquidity providers to contribute algos in pools to participate in governance for this upcoming Q4 period as well. So what this is for liquidity providers in DEXs. Currently, they can't ensure a stable algo balance, right? And that's, of course, due to the rate fluctuations caused by impermanent loss. However, they could, pardon me, they could use their LP tokens to prove that they, in fact, are not deliberately reducing their algo commitment. And this measure will allow them to participate in governance by counting and monitoring the LP tokens representing the algos that they have committed. So they would also be included in the first measure number 1 that I just read you, if both 1 and 2 are voted in this current voting period. So your choices here are, hey, yes, we want to enable committing algo LP token holders to the governance, or no, just keep it as the status quo. So those are the two things that are coming. Again, succinctly, the first one is all about, do we take approximately 10% of the algos that are dedicated to governance and make them available to DeFi users, and the second one is specifically then to include within the definition of DeFi users the LP token holders and monitor those so that we could include their locked algos in that as well. So motion number 2 is then dependent upon measure number 1 being approved as well. So have I got that right, Adri?
Yes, you did. And
all right.
and last Sunday at Bilal's Algo Fam Twitter space that happens every Sunday. I think it's 7 p.m. Europe Paris time. But
Yep.
anyway, if you go listen to the recording, Massimo Morini, the chief economist from the Algo Foundation, was there answering questions. I haven't heard the space. I didn't have time yet to do it. It's on my to-do list, but I hear there was a very robust discussion about it. So if you have an opinion, you can also go to forum.algorand.org, and there's I think it's one of the first threads on the page, and you can comment there. Massimo constantly monitors that, and it's important that everybody, voices their opinion about this topic. And we have an interesting voting session coming up on the 5th of September, not next Monday, the Monday after.
Yep, Monday after. Yep, correct. All right, good stuff. What else we got going on?
Moving on, Meadow Labs and Australia Zoo have launched their second sustainable NFT drop. And the headline of this is "In time for trauma season," and I was reading that like, what trauma season? In time for koala trauma season. So apparently, when it gets hotter here in Australia, there's more bushfires. When there's more bushfires, more koalas suffer, and koalas are now in the endangered species list. So it's important that if we can, we support the work that Australia Zoo do in saving, looking after, and rehabilitating koalas so they can be put back in the wild. So 100% of these drops proceedings go to the animal hospital, and the koalas are very cute. I got one, and it looks like a drop bear.
Yes, it does. The famous drop bears. Yes, of course. As a tourist going through Australia, or at least looking like one when I lived there, I couldn't go out camping ever without them reminding me that watch out for the drop bears.
Exactly. They are very, very dangerous.
Very dangerous. Fierce. No, I love this idea, the NFT project that the Australia Zoo are having. When I went down to Tassie, I had the opportunity to go to one of these rescue centers. It was not associated with the Australia Zoo, but the fact being that they were there helping the wildlife, and I think that this is an awesome use of the Algo Fam's time and resources to put towards this cause. So definitely check out this latest drop.
And there was something that's announced on their Discord yesterday. They're running a promo that holders of this NFT will enter to win a trip to Australia Zoo for their annual gala dinner and hang out with the Irwins and have some private tours and whatnot. So that's like really interesting utility. You can actually meet some koalas.
They're super cute.
They are super cute. I've only ever seen koalas in the wild once, as I was driving down the very bottom part of the Melbourne Peninsula, between Melbourne and they have those big rocks. Forgot the name. The 12 apostles, and
yes.
Well, we were driving, going to our camping site, and we saw all these people looking up.
Yes.
What are these people looking up? And there were koalas there. We're like, and then we were some of the people looking up, and then we realized that in order to see koalas, you just have to look for people looking up.
Aha! Very good. Very good. Or now get yourself your very own NFT, and hopefully it looks like a koala or a drop bear. Your choice.
Exactly.
All right, well, great. Well, hey, I want to remind our listening audience that each week, Adrian and I are here doing the Algo Plus show, and it's for you, for your benefit, and we really want to hear from you. So we invite you to smash that request button and bring yourself up on stage here after we are done with a little bit more of talking to you. We want to speak with you. So request and we'll get you up here and we will invite you to tell us a little bit about the project that you're working on or ask any questions that you might have here in the Algo fam. We are here for you on Algo Plus.
Absolutely. And while you do that, hitting that request button, let's talk about events. Greenhouse Tech Talks in Singapore, kicking off on the 27th of September. It's like getting closer and closer, which is exciting.
Yes, it is.
I already booked my ticket, and
Nice.
I'm excited to meet Stacy. She's my boss, and I haven't met her in person yet, so that's gonna be cool. But there is a website. I will link that after this under the show's tweet. So if you're gonna be in the region, if you're going to Singapore for Token 2049, that's just the day before. And following that, we also have Greenhouse Hack number 2 starting. It will kick off with 2 days of workshops, following by the online hack.
I am definitely looking forward to being there. I'll be there on the 27th only for the opening day of that, and then some of my DevRel colleagues will be staying on for days 2 and 3 as they kick off that greenhouse hack as well. I'm really looking forward because, of course, it's an opportunity to see you again. We can do this show live and in person. Very much looking forward to that.
So yeah, expect Algo Plus episode XX to be on the 27th of September.
Is that what it'll be? XX? I like that. Nice.
I don't know which episode will be. I haven't counted the weeks. That's why.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, yeah. Well, that'll be a good time for sure. And then a month later, then we will be having our annual conference in Dubai. Our Decipher conference will kick off the last 3 days of November, so 28 through 30 November in Dubai. If you want to get yourself a ticket, they are now available on decipherevent.com. If you were a holder, or I should say, if you are a holder of one of the Gator NFTs from last year's Decipher event, you can get a discounted rate. Otherwise, head over there, get yourself a ticket. We've got 3 different days of content happening there, tracks both for enterprise and community, as well as developer-focused tracks as well. So I'll be there. Looking forward to that as well. Are you made your booking for that one?
No, I haven't made my booking for that one yet, but it's coming.
Good. All right. Well, we'll do that one as well. I haven't yet made my booking either, but spoke to my boss today, and I'm fairly confident that I will be there.
Ryan, I think you were on holiday, so you probably don't have the answer to this, but do we know who won the Greenhouse Hacks number 1? I think it ended last weekend.
Right. Yes, it did end just here on the 22nd. I think they're doing the judging this week. To be honest, I don't know, and I've just arrived back to the office today, so it didn't come across my inbox as a congratulations too. So I have to assume that the judging is ongoing yet this week.
All right, so updates on that next weekend. Maybe we can even invite some of the winners to come and have a chat to us.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. I'll make sure to at the minimum figure out who the winners are and make sure that we announce them here. And then secondly, yes, let's try to get them on to do that for sure.
All right, moving on. What's happening with DeFi Llama?
Okay, let's take a look at what is going on in the DeFi space here in Algorand. So this week we have seen a slight decline of $9 million in value down to 213 million locked in DeFi as represented as US dollars. Now, that is contrasted with the fact that we do have a new all-time high of, now I've lost the number, here it is, 692 million algos are locked in DeFi this week. So as we have seen a slight decrease in the value of the algo collateral token, we have seen the all-time high go up in algos, although the US dollar value locked has gone down slightly. So yeah, good stuff all around. Nearly a 200, over 200 million US dollars in DeFi protocols. I think is super exciting for Algorand and continuing to slowly tick up.
Amazing. All right. Just remember, peeps, hit that request button to come here on stage and have a chat right after we go through the next stage, which is partnerships. Let's go. Fireblocks have launched support for Algorand, which means that now their users have access to dApps on Algorand through the Wallet Connect on the Fireblocks platform. And users can expect Algo Firefox Finance in a secure and efficient way. That means that they can access all dApps, they can connect to the Algorand-based staking and swapping apps. They can set limits by contract, amount users, and more using their DeFi policy controls and build DeFi products that deliver the highest yield customers. That's really interesting. For those who don't know, Fireblocks, they provide security for institutional grade investors in the crypto space. So really exciting news and great partnership.
Yeah, definitely. Outstanding. We got another announcement here from Opulous, who was among the first companies to open music investments to everyone. And now, just about a year later, they are continuing to deliver on that process. On that promise, and they are making the power of MFTs, that would be music fungible tokens, accessible to artists anywhere in the world. Really neat thing what Opulous have been doing. And I know that they are proud to announce some additional funding that they have had from Ditto Music, Jump Trade, Applied Blockchain, and Circle, as well as some previous investments from Borderless Capital, R3, Yuba Capital, and Spartan. And basically, if you're not familiar, Opulous is 100% focused on building the world's first true, easy-to-use music copyrights platform, giving artists the choice on how they finance their own careers. So they are thrilled to thank the Algorand Foundation for all of their support and excited to launch phase 1 and show the world a better way to invest in music. So congratulations to Opulous, and thank you to the Algorand Foundation for continuing to support them and build a better way to do music copyright on the blockchain.
Indeed. Looking forward to, learning more about MFTs. That sounds interesting.
Definitely. All right, well, let's see here. I don't see anybody coming up on stage, so we will move along. Reminder, if you want to come up and ask us a question, just hit the request button and we will bring you up here. You can chat with us. I will remind you, mostly the devs, our algo devs out there listening, that tomorrow at 16 UTC, on Thursday, the 25th of August, I am doing the weekly Algorand Proof of Stake show, bringing it back since I was on holiday last week. I've got the guys from CertiK on, and they're going to be talking to devs about their auditing platform, how they do it, how you can get involved. So if you are a dev and you are a product that is building smart contracts on the Algorand platform, you can hear from the CertiK guys about how you can use their services to audit your smart contracts and get yourself put out there so that the rest of the community and the Algo fam can trust your smart contract when you go to market. And then next week, on Tuesday, the 30th of August, I have the group from Teller joining us, and they are a recent super grant recipient, and they are building an oracle on the Algorand blockchain. So the Teller folks will have the lead developer on telling us, what was their design, how did they initially made this oracle on the Ethereum blockchain. They'll be talking about how that design was modified for implementation on the Algorand blockchain, and walk us through a little bit about how that oracle works now that they have brought it online here on Algorand. So couple of different proof of stake shows. Again, that's tomorrow, Thursday, and then again on Tuesday. Both of those go off at 16 UTC or noon Eastern time. Hope to see you on those.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to listening to that. Sounds really, really interesting.
Good stuff.
But I'll probably listen to the recording. I think 16 UTC, it's like 5 a.m. here.
Yeah, it's pretty early for you. Yeah, I get it.
It's only early for you because I'm in meetings daily until midnight.
I know, unbelievable. They keep us working around the clock, but I should say they keep us working around the clock because, of course, the Algo fam is global, so that's what we get to do. We're here for you. We're here for you, Algo fam.
We're here for you, indeed. All right. Whilst we wait for you guys to come on stage, if you are in Melbourne next week, I will be going there on the 31st of August, and I'll be there for a week. There's a whole bunch of local events that we are doing. I'm speaking at the Women in Emerging Tech Conference on the 31st, and then on the 1st, we have a NFT event with an exhibition at Oshi Gallery, and some of our local projects are going to be there. And then the following week on the 6th, we have our first student engagement event as part of Algo Hub's new grant for student engagement programs.
Nice.
So I'll be there the whole week. If you're there, reach out here on Twitter. We can have a coffee or come to these events and meet, because that's going to be lots of fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, that sounds awesome for sure. Well, all right. Well, Adri, we do this every week here at Algo Plus for our Algo fam, and it's always great to come and do this with you. But if we're not going to have anybody who wants to come up and chat with us, maybe we'll just wrap it up early.
Yes, we're going to go have some coffee.
Oh, well, we could. I don't know, unless you got any other stories you want to share with us.
I don't have any other stories. Oh, well, I went to two meetups on Tuesday night. I went to the Metaverse Sydney meetup, which we kindly sponsored. And Dana from Polonize was there as well.
Yes.
There was a robust discussion about, the metaverse, what it means, what kind of work people are doing right now, and that was really cool. If you guys haven't checked Polonize's game yet, they're running some alpha missions. They are really interesting. There's always an algo prize pool in those. So what they do is, it's an innovation game that it's aimed to gather like the collective intelligence of a given group of players towards solving a problem, which they call a mission. So it's very interesting. I played that once. I won, by the way. But that's the thing. I won 100 algos, and I've already told them that whenever they have games, they're funded by the community, they should let me know, and I'll put those 100 algos back.
Love it.
Funding that. So
yeah.
I'm waiting for these community funded games in order to give back my algos.
Nice.
That was really cool. And then last night we had Blockchain Pros meetup, which you've been to a few times. That was algo specifically because we went to KPMG to hear about the private blockchain they've developed for it's like supply chain more or less, and they're using demo and some other technology for that. I think it's demo with VMware blockchain, which I didn't even know that had, but that's usually just for private blockchains and
Yep.
people who do not want to host data on public chains. But the
Yep.
interesting thing about that is we're going to live in a world of public and private chains, and it's interesting to see how these private chains will need to use public chains sometimes to transfer data between each other. So it's very early days, but very, very interesting to hear that. And I had really good conversations with people from big companies here about looking into Algorand. So
That's
that was an
awesome.
exciting night. And lots of devs. Devs that
That's
get
great.
excited about Algo.
That's great. Well, the Australian blockchain scene is definitely quite robust, and I know they're always looking into the latest and greatest tech. And I'm glad you are there, repping Algo.
I certainly am. It's the fun part of my job, going to meetups.
Isn't that the truth? I know. Well, I'm looking forward to getting out, doing a little bit more traveling in Asia next month. I'll be in Korea, speaking at the Upit Developer Conference, and then popping over to Singapore for the Greenhouse Hacks. What are they calling it now? The Greenhouse Hack Talks. No, not Hack Talks. What do they call it? Tech Talks. The Greenhouse Tech
Talks, followed by the Greenhouse Hack Shack.
I will get it sorted for the next week when we talk about this as well. Yeah.
Yes, it's okay. We just changed the name, so it's fine. You have a pass.
Oh, good. That's fun. I mean, hey, this is crypto. We're always we're always changing. We're always innovating. We're moving fast. We're not afraid to fail fast. But we don't want to break too much stuff, right? We want to develop robust protocols, and we want to make sure that we don't break too much stuff along the way. Keep stuff safe. That's what we do here at Algorand.
That's exactly right. All right, friends.
All right.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah. Until next week, let's do it again on the last day of the month. Well, I guess we'll do it again, same time.
Yes, same time.
All right.
Same place.
Sounds good. All right, Adri. Until next week.
See you next week. Thanks everyone for tuning in and for listening later. We'll see you next week.